There we go. Now we got some audio working. All right, so welcome to the GTC Newsroom. I'm your host, Chris Ball, also known as Presidio Dog, and it's good to have you around. This is going to be a busy GTC Newsroom today because we've got some races to talk about that we just had, some races coming up, and at the end, we're going to do our drawing for the lottery for the GTTC Team Challenge or Touring Challenge that's coming up. So all the drivers need to be paying attention because it's going to be great. First of all, big shout out to High Pre, who has been handling the sponsorship and all the graphics for the Porsche Cup. So thank you, sir, and your team for supporting us and helping us get things going. So that's High Pre. Check them out, find them out. If you need help with anything from them, you can find them on the Discord. You can check them out on their social media links. They're super easy to find. And if you need any help, you can just direct message us in the Discord and we'll help you find them. All right, so we are going to talk a little bit about the. We're going to talk about Interlagos. So we just had our little race there. And everything was pretty cool at Interlagos. A few minor little fender benders here and there, but all in all, it was a great race. I know I had a great time. I didn't finish as well as I'd like, but you know, who finishes where they'd like unless you win? So, and speaking of that, we had some great finishes by the Apex team once again in Division 2. We had some great finishes and some great battles happening in Division 3. Some really close races and battles in Division 1. So, yeah, Interlagos was pretty great. The weather was good. No moisture on the track. It was a bit cloudy, so at times we got some nice warm track, and other times the track cooled down. Otherwise, it was pretty fun track. I really enjoyed that track, and I know a lot of the drivers did, with the exception of Turn 10. Everybody pretty much hated Turn 10. That's the one that spun you around and got you all sideways, and everyone had to be really careful there. But all in all, it was a pretty great race. Had a lot of fun. The Interlagos track is typically a pretty challenging track. A lot of the drivers, they struggle on twisty bits in certain tracks, and certain tracks they don't. I actually enjoyed this track, and in the Porsche, it's not terrible in GT7. So, but that's just one commentator's opinion. So, and I'm allowed to say what I want because it's my channel. Anyway, I kid. All right, so moving along. So next up is Alsace. Now, I've been told that I am a little bit mean. Not mean. That's not the right word. Crazy. That might even be a better word. To take these high downforce cars out onto this little tiny track. It's kind of like short track racing with Group 3 cars. It's gonna be interesting. The more cars you have, the more challenging it is. As a matter of fact, I know we had some drivers out practicing, and so we can see some of them out here practicing on the track. The big corner that's going to cause all of the drama. They're not quite there yet in the practice. We'll see here in a second. Is the top of the hill. So this is the Alsace test course. We're going to do roughly 80 to 83 laps on this course. Here's the downhill. Down the hill they go and into this hard left-hander. And you come over the crest of that hill and it is bonkers. And so it's going to take everything that these drivers have learned over the last 4 races. So you can having some fun there in the practice. It's going to take everything that these drivers have to keep these cars under control as they're going down these hills in that corner. A lot of people are going to try to dive into that corner and late brake to try to get it. But that apex is tight. That is a hairpin like no other. Imagine you got a hairpin, and halfway through the hairpin, it just dives off on you while it's turning. And that really light front end on that Porsche kind of goes sideways. And then the wheel, when the weight transfers, those wheels catch, and that back end just wants to come right out from underneath you. So a lot of left foot, right foot driving in that track for sure. So anyway, that's going to be Alsace. The weather is going to be perfect. If you're looking at driving it, it's going to be about an S4 in the weather. We're going to be starting in the afternoon at ×1 speed, so normal rate of speed. So if you're trying to get your last bit of practice in, it'll be a nice, comfortable race course. So we'll see how everybody does. Lots of different tire combinations out in practice that we were watching, so it'll be interesting to see how all that plays out. All right, so that was a little preview of what Alsace is going to look like. Now we're going to switch into our final piece of the segment. Folks, we are going to talk about the GTTC Touring Challenge, all European cars, but I don't need to tell you much about it. I'm going to let the guys tell you about it here. We are going to have the drawing now, the lottery of which teams will have which cars for the length of the series. Oh, back up to right here. I forgot to tell you, in the Porsche Cup, this is round 5. This will be the last round that can be dropped in the rounds. So after this race is over this weekend, we will go back through everybody's finishing positions and we will adjust for their worst performing round. Bonus points are kept, but their worst finishing position will be taken out. So if their worst finishing position was 5th, but they got the fastest lap, they'll keep that fast lap point, but they'll lose the points for 5th place. So we're going to go through and do all of that. So patience after round 5 is over, because we're going to have to do some adjustments for the drop rounds and to get those details out for you. And then we'll go into round 6, which cannot be dropped, and we will go from there. So we should have a very interesting set of results after the race is over and the stewarding has been completed to know where everyone is going to be. All right? So now back to where I was starting from. Let's get the guys on board here. I know that they're here. Let's see if the guys are here, and we'll talk with them. All right, so now we have this moment everybody's been waiting for tonight, and that is the team manufacturer drawings for the new GTTC. That's a mouthful. The GT Champions Touring Challenge, presented by these two guys that you see on your screen. On your left is Nigel, on your right is Ian. These are the guys that have developed the World Cup, one if not the most popular series that we have. And they've decided to find another way to do something just as dangerous and just as mean and just as wonderful and just as great as the World Cup is, but with a twist. So without further ado, I'm going to let Nigel here explain what the GT Champions Touring Challenge is really all about. Nigel?
Well, hello, Chris. Thanks for having us back on. I know everybody's a little excited to see which team gets which car. So basically how we decided to do this is me and Ian watch a lot of GT3, GT4 racing on the weekends when we're not racing on sim racing. So we decided let's put together something that we could do kind of like a team thing, because we like the driver change idea, but the game's not really set up for it. So we tried to put it in the best situation we could. So we decided for our first test season, we were going to put together 14 teams with 7 manufacturers. They're all European, so we're going to go to all European tracks. And we decided on the 7 that we were going to do, we wanted to do a handful of cars that we see on the GT World Challenge. So there's a handful of rear-wheel drive front-engine cars, and then your rear-wheel drive mid-engine cars. And those mid-engine cars can be a handful, so it's going to put some craziness into this series. It's also going to be open pit, so but you're still only going to be able to use medium and soft.
Oh,
but
that's right.
From there, yeah, that's pretty much how we're going to set it up. And you're going to have a 90-minute race with your AM driver, and then a 90-minute race the next day with your pro driver. So.
Yep. And then, as I understand it, we're going to take the combined points earned from the AM driver and the pro driver for a team score, and the team is what wins the championship at the end. There's not an individual driver championship, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So there we have
Yeah,
it.
we like the team aspect of it, so that's why we wanted to go that route.
Yeah, this makes it a little bit more difficult for drivers to just bail out because they don't feel like it. Right now, there's a little bit more pressure. Now you're on a team, and you bailing out of a race costs your team something, and I like that. I like that a lot. That'll be good.
For sure.
I'm excited for it. I'm not excited for a couple of the cars that you crazy people put into this race, but hey, I've been accused of being crazy. What we're doing all safe test course this weekend in the Porsche, and everyone is just like, "What are you doing?"
I think we're starting to
Ian,
rub off on you.
I know, Ian. You made a comment in the Discord chat about this is going to make you rethink all of your life's decisions or something like that, right?
Yeah. This is a dangerous course for a GT3 car.
It
This is
is.
like, I'm going to drive my 65 Mini Cooper that's got 60 horsepower around it, and that's a nice course for that. For a 500 horsepower downforce machine, that's a little different.
Yep. Well, and as Joey Cannoli mentioned, is that it's great when you're all by yourself, but once there's a pack of cars on that track, it's going to be a whole nother ball game. But we'll talk about that in another episode. Probably we'll talk about that probably on the news episode next week when we have to go over that race. So, all right. Well, hey, why don't we just get down to it? So, folks, this is how it's going to work. On the left, Nigel has his hat. Well, there's one on his head, but he's got his kid's fedora right there. There he goes. That has all of the team names in it. I should have had the team list in front of me. That would have been a great idea. Well, we'll have that for you. You'll see down below the screen there. You'll see the team names as when we draw them. On the right hand side, Ian is going to have his. Is that Stanford? What's that on the hat? I can't read it.
This is the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp AAA baseball team.
There you go. All right. Okay, I got to ask a question. I got to ask a question to the both of you. You guys are out in Idaho. Where does Florida and Philadelphia fit into the picture here? Did you guys transplant or what? What was that all about?
Well, we're both born on the East Coast. I was born in North Carolina. He was born in Delaware. So.
Okay, there you go. That explains it. Okay. Now I get it. Moving on. So anyway, on your right, Ian will be drawing out of his baseball hat there the manufacturers that are going to be represented. And you guys decided who was going to draw what first. We're going to draw the manufacturer and then what team goes with it, right?
No, we're going to go team first and then manufacturer.
All right. Well, boys, I'm going to just sit here and watch the carnage begin as you guys started off. So, Nigel, take it away, my friend.
All right, I'm going to blind pick. Let's go with the first one. We're going to go Team Ontario.
Team Ontario. Okay, that's... Yeah, I don't know who those guys are. That's not the Apex guys. That's a different group.
That has to be Canadian, right?
It's gotta
that would be. That's Teasbap and that's Teasbap's team.
I got you. Okay.
All right, and they will get Lamborghini.
Lamborghini. What a great car. I'm just glad I don't have to drive it.
There's one more left, Chris. It's got your name on it.
Oh my gosh, that's right. There's two. I spoke too soon.
You might
all right.
jinx yourself there,
I know, I just did. Okay, go.
All right. Next team will be. Let's go with Speedy Weebles.
Speedy Weebles. That's
Speedy
Cupcake
Weebles.
and Squirmy, I think, right?
Yeah, I think
Speedy
so.
Weebles.
They have a good decal for their car, too. It's
I'm
awesome.
excited to see some of these. That'll be good.
All right, and they have Aston Martin.
Oh, okay. One of the first FR car then. Is that the V8 or the V12? I forget.
It's V12
It's a
Vantage.
V8.
No,
Or-
it's V12.
Is it? That's V12?
Yeah, the new ones are
Oh,
V8. The old ones
Yep.
V12.
All right.
All right. Next
Next
team up
team.
is.
Hope you guys are
Hi,
writing
Pri.
these down. Hi, Pri.
I
All
am.
right. All right. Let's see what Hi Pri's driving.
Mercedes AMG.
Okay, there's another FR car. Perfect.
All right.
I hope one of you guys is writing these down.
I am.
Okay.
I am. I got it in front of me. All right. Next team is Slowpoke.
Slowpokes. Nice.
McLaren.
Oh, the 650S. Nice. Man, I hope they bring the 750S into the game. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be awesome.
But I digress. Sorry. Continue, sir.
720S. It's a 720S,
Next-
Chris.
Oh, okay.
Next team is gonna be Icer Racing.
Okay.
That's a Mazda and Benjo,
Mazda
right?
and Benjo, right?
And they get Audi, the Evo.
All right. This is fun.
Next team is the Prowlers.
The Prowlers. I think that's one of the Apex teams, if I recall that right.
No, that's
It's not? Oh no, they're like the Chargers.
that's Chevy.
Okay.
I thought that was Chevy's team.
Oh, okay. Might be. Okay.
And they get Mercedes AMG.
Oh, both Mercedes gone and out the door. No more Mercedes for people. Okay.
All right. Next team is Apex Outlaw.
Okay. There's two Apex teams. So I'm not sure which one that is. Is that Freaks? Tattooed Freaks?
Yeah,
Or is
Outlaws is freak.
Okay.
BMW.
Oh, all right.
I can't even see if you can see that. So.
And they get to choose.
My
They
apologies
can
if I'm
choose
blocking.
either the walking horse or the other one, right? They're both the same car. They can
Yeah,
choose
it's just the
whichever.
M6.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
One's got fog lights, the other one doesn't.
right.
All right. Next team is Sector 1 Racing.
All right. All right.
It's hard to feel these things. And Sector 1 gets Audi, the Evo.
All right. Both Audis are gone. Woohoo! This is looking good for me. Except there's a Lamborghini and two Ferraris left, right? And a McLaren. But
Next team is the Stream Team.
woohoo! Me and Tatiana, let's go! What are we getting? What are we getting? I'll kill you, Ian. I'll kill you. If you...
Lamborghini.
No! I knew it. I knew it. I had to say something. Did you do that on purpose? Did you do that on
No.
purpose? Crap.
All right.
Okay. I guess I'll be
Next
really good at
team
driving that car at the end of the series.
Yeah, you will. All right. Next team is Apex Rivals.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta get one that's stuck underneath.
Now,
Part of my
who's
hat.
on the Rivals
Mix it
one?
up.
That would be. I can't remember who was on.
Yeah, I
that
don't
team.
remember who that is. We'll find out.
That's Jakey, I think.
Okay.
McLaren.
Apex Jakey.
Okay.
McLaren.
Yep,
Woo.
McLaren.
Oh, sorry, Tatiana.
Next team is RWB.
All right, so that's Joey Cannoli and Green. I think I have that right.
I think so too.
And they get Aston Martin.
All right. I do love that Aston Martin. It's a fun car to drive. It's got
Yeah, it
brakes
is.
for days. Well, at least it did in
Next team
sport.
is Rodimus Prime.
Who is that? That's J-Rod
J-Rod
and...
and
Oh,
Bipolar.
Bipolar. Oh. Let's see what they get to drive.
BMW.
The Beamer. Okay. J-Rod's probably going to give you some flack for not having a Lexus or something in there.
He
Yeah,
knows
well,
it's European.
Lexus isn't European. So.
I know.
Do we even have to do the last two?
Yes. You have to do them all, so it's documented.
Next one is CRT and ICER.
Okay.
Ferrari.
Yay. So that means the last team that hasn't been mentioned yet will also be the Ferrari. So who's that going to be?
Well,
I forget who the last team is.
HBR.
Oh, that's you guys.
Ferrari.
Oh, luckily you guys had that in your hats, because I would have sworn you guys would have given yourself... No, I'm just kidding. You wouldn't do that. Not at all. Well,
if I was gonna
awesome.
Yeah, if I was going to give myself a car, it probably would have been like the BMW or something.
Yeah. Well, that is
Or
awesome.
AMG.
All right. Well, hey, thanks guys for doing that with us here and sharing this out with everybody else. And look forward to seeing you guys on the racetrack. Sure, I know that being in the pro class, that guys like Bipolar and Tattooed Freak and those guys are going to probably hand me my lunch. So I got to pray that Tatiana holds her own in the AM class and we can total our points together and do well. But all right. Well, folks, that is it for the team draw. And just hang on a second here while I switch cameras on the guys, and we'll get to our next portion of the program. So hang in there. All right, so there you have it, everybody. Let me bring up the final results here on the screen. So these are the final results for the lottery. So you can see that Team Ontario and the Stream Team will be in the Huracan Lamborghini. HBR guys and one of the ICER teams will be in the Ferrari. The other ICER team in Sector 1 are going to be in the Evo. The McLaren's going to the Slowpokes and the Apex rival team. The Aston Martin's going to the Speedy Weebies, so sorry about that, and the RWB team. The BMW is going to the Apex Outlaws and Rodimus Prime team. And finally, the Mercedes is going with Hypre and the Prowlers. So there you have it. That's the team and manufacturer lineup for the GTTC Touring Challenge that is coming up here. So now, important information. Important information, urgent news. We will be releasing the decals over the next 24 to 48 hours. And the livery requirements. They will be pretty simple. There's going to be a number placard on each door. There will be the DG logo on both sides, the front, and on the back window. There will be a GT Champions sticker on the back window, and there will be the Touring Challenge windscreen banner that will go on there. And then, of course, the GT logo and DG logo on the front. That's all that's required. It's like super blank. So I will be releasing a, not the template. What do they call them? I forget what they call them. Not the liveries, but the things you can share. For some reason, I can't remember it right now. But we're going to release that one for each car. So you can start out with the blank one and then add all your stuff underneath the decals if you want. Or you could just build them the way that you want them. So we'll have those released out here in the next 24 to 48 hours. So stay tuned for those so that you guys can get your liveries going. So congratulations, everybody. It was a good time. I had a lot of fun doing that draw with the guys. So now that you know what is going on, you can start preparing and practicing on the tracks, which are laid out on the website, gtchampions.com. Go to events, and you can find the event right there under the link. So without any further ado, I'm going to just check our chats. There's a ton going on. I'm trying to keep going. There is no required Hypre logo because DG Detailing Group is sponsoring this series. But we know you guys are going to put them on there. You can absolutely put whatever you want on there. I know I'm going to have Hypre on my car. because that's just how we roll, because High Pre is the baddest guys in the land. In fact, let's bring them up one more time, make sure everybody knows to check them out. Go find High Pre, go check them out. Man, they're doing everything. We have websites going now. GTC is doing some web hosting, so if you need a website for your team, and you're going to see there's a new one coming out soon. They're coming out soon. And High Pre's doing all the graphics for them and doing the website. We're here at GTC, we're hosting it, so it's going to be a good time. So make sure you get what you need to get. All right, folks, I think that's going to do it for this edition of GTC News. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun, and make sure your teams are getting all set up. All right, have a good one, everybody. Later.